My name's Corey Pierce. This is my CR500. Today, I'm going to show you what's done to it. Taking a look at the general styling of the bike, we have the red faded to white. All of this is UFO plastics, except for the Acerbis handguards and the Acerbis fork guards. Going back, it is a Guts Racing seat cover with the custom colors. And then the graphics are done by HBD Motor Graphics out of Daytona Beach. They are the gator skin, so they are a textured graphic. Holds up really well for durability. And you can see I went with the standard white frame, however I did go with the black wheels. Motor is relatively stock. I did go through and did a full rebuild, crank and piston. Got the cylinder touched up. Key and carb was rebuilt. I went one size up on the Pilot just to get a little more richness on the bottom. Following that down to a Pro Circuit raw finish pipe all the way around. Recluse clutch cover, and then back to a 90s Pro Circuit round silencer. Some trick stuff over here. If you look at the foot pegs, they had to be trimmed down in order for the Kickstarter to clear right here in order to get a full kick to start the bike. That is the brake system off the 2019 Honda 450R. You see it had to be welded right there to add an extension to kick it out. The original style put the pivot point right about here, so I had to get that extended. Brakes work perfect. And then that mounts up to the 2019 carrier and caliper with a Core Moto stainless steel line. I had to grind the slider off and then re-weld that onto the swing arm at a lower position than stock. So filming the cockpit, we had the ARC solid lever DC 8 perch. That is a custom wired in kill switch that's raised edges, makes it harder to hit. Little Enduro Engineering handguards. Flex bars, 12-degree mid-height handlebars. T-Rex throttle, nice and snappy. And then a Brembo master cylinder off a newer KTM with a custom works connection cap. Following that down is a Core Moto stainless steel brake line all the way down to a 2024 Yamaha 250F caliper that is 2424 pistons, which is the same as the KTM 2424 pistons. So in theory, this should have the same feel as a KTM. Only difference with a stock Honda, stock Hondas came with a 260 rotor. So I beefed it up with a Moto Stuff 270 rotor. That is a standard non-floating. So at least on numbers wise, this should be the same brakes that are on a KTM. Something I'm kind of proud of is this custom billet dry brake receiver. So for woods racing with a quick pit stop, pull in, and this is a spring-loaded receiver to receive fuel from the dump can. Get me a much quicker pit stop. Hose just routed up behind, and there's a check valve in there to prevent fuel spill. Overall, super happy with how this bike turned out. There's so many things that I couldn't go into in this video, just making spacers for the wheels, making sure everything would fit, everything worked with each other, custom making the triple clamps so they don't hit the frame when they bottom out, custom radiator guards so everything's rubber banded in instead of bolted. There's just so many things that are labor of love on this bike, and I'm just glad that it's together and it runs, and I can't wait to bring this thing out to the trail. And this bike is avidly raced. I've won an overall on it. I put a lot of hours on this thing out in the woods racing. So I'm looking forward to get back to racing, and hopefully I can win another one.